few seconds. Let me get everything set up on my end here so I can make sure that we are live. Hopefully everybody is doing great. I think, if I remember correctly, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So, of course, got to check audio and everything else. I am on a cell phone, so you know how that goes. All right. Let me know if you guys can see and hear. All right. I'm good on my end. Audio and video good. Jay Stone, good to see you, my friend. X24 Prepper, good to see you. All right, guys. So tonight is a simple Q&A, question answers as much as possible, of course, here on the channel. I'm trying to do more and more of these things. People get a lot of questions in the comment section, and it's easier for me to explain or answer certain things right here instead of, through the comments. Don, good to see you, brother. How are you doing? Can't believe I'm catching a live. I'll tell you what, I need to work on my scheduling with live streams, guys. I know usually I'm filming or something like that, and I forget about doing live streams. But I remember tonight. So, again, guys, we're going to try to keep up with everything. I got my cell phone here so I can keep up with the chat, which is showing that it's lagging. So, I'm working on it. Working on it with what I got. Brian, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Noob, good to see you. All right, so we've got quite a bit of people in here. So, while I'm thinking about it, on the 10th of this month, here in a couple of days, I'm going over there to the Angry Preppers channel. He asked me to step in as, one of those interview type of deals, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So that will be on the 10th. I don't know the time yet. As soon as I get the time, we'll do a post and everything, guys. Join you from your brother. Awesome. Awesome. I asked my brother if he wanted to do a live stream tonight. He's laying down, burnout, exhausted. Tell you what, when you're always doing something out here, and we're always busy doing something, eventually you just got to relax a little bit. I didn't even work out tonight. I'm going to do it this evening. Well, it is evening. I got lights up for our outdoor gym, so I'll be doing that. And I already know my brother's going to be running out there with a headlamp and everything. I was trying to figure out what all the grunting is. Just me. Real survivalist preppers work spontaneously. Hey, good point there. I try to keep routines on a lot of things, but I also switch up a lot of things too. It just depends. All right. I'm just praying I can hang out for the whole thing. Dragon Slayer. Yeah, usually I only stream for like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't make them really long, guys. And if I don't have topics or things like that, I try not to drag it out. So right fast, again, guys, I'm open up to any questions and stuff. I got my screen up here so I can kind of follow along. You guys know I watch other YouTubers and things like that because I don't have time to sit down and go over the internet nonstop for news and information. I just don't have the time for it. I'm busy doing a lot of other things. So I go to people that I actually respect and I'll listen to what they've got going. Most of the time when y'all see me on a live stream, I'll hit the chat, gives a thumbs up or something like that. But usually I got my earpiece in, I'm listening to whatever the live streamer thing is. And I'm usually not in the chat. That's because I'm busy doing something else while I'm listening. So, of course, Marfugal TV, Marfugal News, you guys know I follow him. I always listen to his content. Why I like him is because he gives me the resources so I can follow up on the stories, which is awesome. Brad over there at Full Spectrum Survival, guys. He's always bringing in new information. And so most of the time, the information he's giving you is anywhere from 3 days to a week advance before it hits the main, news. Let's put it that way, what they release to us. So I always listen and follow up and stuff. He gives me a direction I can follow. Same thing with Canadian Prepper. There's a lot of great channels out there, guys. With everything, Even they'll even tell you, don't, take it with a grain of salt. You hear the information, but you got to do your groundwork and follow up on it. That's key. You got to follow up on everything, okay? You don't just let it go. You don't take it as face value all the time. You always got to follow it up. Have you ever experienced with hard shell water bladders for your backpack? Not a hard shell. I've got I think it's a 3 liter. No, mine's a 2 liter. And it's just a bladder bag. I don't have a hard shell one. And to be honest, I don't even use it that much. I bought it to go in my carrier, but I don't actually use it much. Usually I got my canteen, which is strapped to my thigh. If you guys have seen my outdoor survival videos, I got that pack that straps to it's a dump pouch is what it is. And it straps to the side of my leg. That's actually where I carry my canteen, because it's easy access. I don't have to pull it on my backpack. I do have the bladder bag, and there's nothing wrong with bladder bags at all. I like them. I just don't ever use mine, to be honest. I pay like $36 for mine. I never take it out. I never go to the woods with it. Southern Boy Prepper, good to see you, brother. Jeff, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? All right, scrolling through here, guys. I want to keep up with the questions and stuff, guys. So what filter do you recommend? We have a spring and a Berkey. Would you pick something different? Well, for in-home, if you can afford it, the big Berkey, of course. All right. They're not cheap. Things are great. There's a lot of good ones out there. My experience with the big Berkey, I like them. All right. I'm not here to sell you one. For backpack use, I use the Sawyers. That's what I use. I've done videos showing the life straws, the Sawyers, different types. I like the Sawyer. It's what I always use, but it's only good for bacteria. Unless you get the Sawyer S3 series, and that actually went up. It used to be $60. It's like 80 some dollars now on Amazon, and you're only going to get like 60 gallons out of it. But it will clear out chemicals, pesticides, heavy metals, you name it. I mean, this thing's freaking awesome. But you're only going to get like 60 gallons. It looks like a container, squeeze container that you got to squeeze through the filter. They just don't last very long. As far as filtration and stuff, without having to change them out. I do like those, but there's a lot of them on the market. But I only tell you the ones that I use. There might be something better out there, but those are the ones I've actually used and tested, and I like those over the other tests that I've done. And don't worry, I'm not associated or affiliated with Sawyer. It's just what I always use, and I've never gotten sick. So there's that. All right. Impossibly impossible. How long can I store rice and beans in the pantry in the original package before I need to vacuum seal them? Just depends on temperature control. Okay, temperature changes the game on everything. It's not for everybody else, and also the amount of humidity in your home. So the packages that come in with rice, them with big old bags, they're not airtight. All right, they will leak out. I think, don't hold me direct. I think it's like a year to 2 years on the rice, and that's white rice, by the way, not the brown rice. But I've also seen where people say theirs have lasted 10 years. All right. So what I do is we treat all of ours. All right. We freeze it. We air it out, air it to dry. We either vacuum seal it with an O2 absorber, or we're using Mylar, and we use an O2 absorber. And with a Mylar bag, and also vacuum sealed bag, with Mylar, you can get 20 years out of rice. So it's really not that much of an investment to get a vacuum sealer and vacuum seal bags with O2 absorbers. Granted, the Mylar is more expensive. Of course it is. That's why we went with Wallabies, because they're actually a decent price on the products. That's why we went with them. Now, I've had all kind of different other Mylar companies contact me. I just like theirs better. So you don't have to buy through us either. I have to put that disclaimer out there only because I get people that like to do hit pieces on me. This guy's just trying to sell you something. I just show you what we do, what we actually do here at the house, because we actually show you what we're doing. But, it just really depends on temperature. All right. Personally, I'd say get it out of those original package. Same with cardboard. Those macaronis and stuff like that in cardboard. You don't want cardboard down here in Florida. It attracts palmetto bugs. It attracts roaches. I will say, here's another thing, because I see this all the time. I just put bay leaves in my rice. It keeps the bugs out. Yeah, it will keep bugs away. Most bugs, not bugs. Most bugs. But if you actually do some research in rice itself, and I've actually done a video where a friend of mine vacuum sealed up his rice, and he didn't freeze it, and weevil eggs hatched. If you actually research rice, weevil eggs are actually attached to your rice. When do they hatch? Well, and that's another thing. Well, if you vacuum seal it and put O2 absorber, it would kill the weevil. I've never seen anything that breathes oxygen through an egg. It will still hatch. That's why we freeze it. It kills that egg, so it never hatches. But to each their own. Everybody wants to make a big thing. Bay leaves won't kill the weevil egg. It will keep other animals, other insects from coming into your bag. But I mean, I've never had anything eat through my bag ever. But to each their own on that. Apocalyptic Ben, good to see you. Great work. Keep hammering away. Definitely will. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. Never required, but I do appreciate it. So let's see here. Scrolling through. Trying to get to your questions, guys. I saw a video where a guy made a water filter from a ceramic flower pot. He took creek water, ran it through it, and then had it tested. It was perfect. I'm not sure the ins and outs of that. Did he let the water bleed through, seep through ceramic? Kind of like what we've always done with limestone, because limestone is a natural buffer against acid rain, in case people didn't know that. That's what's really cool about limestone. Is that what you're talking about, or did he have some other type of filtration in it, or was it just the clay pot, filled it up and let it seep through the clay itself? And, it depends on what the pollutant is, okay? So creek water, if you ever watched Les Drought, he never uses water. I think he only used water filter one time in his shows, and I believe it was a Life Straw. Any other time he's just drinking from a stream and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I've had dysentery. I'm going to find a way to purify that water. So, you know what? To each their owns on that one. I've seen some pretty scummy looking water, just like that one last trip I was on. The first pond that I went to, the water was real scummy. I mean, it was just full of mosquito larvae and everything else. And the water filtration I was going to be using was flash boiling or condensation bags and stuff. And I wanted to make sure I purified water. So I actually left that site and went to a bigger body that was cleaner looking. And that's what I used drank my water from. So just depends on what the pollutants are. I'd have to research about the clay. Does clay pots filter out everything? I don't know. So I can't tell anybody that's going to be perfect. It just depends on what the pollutants are. Let's see here. Scrolling through here, guys. Ninja Squirrel, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? What about distilling water? Distilling water is good, but let's go over water distillation. So some chemicals, when they're heated up, turns into a gas. Okay, so it depends on the pollutant of the water. Distilled water is a good idea for like salt water, things like that. And you can use that to get clean water, drinkable water. But drinking nothing but distilled water steals your body from the minerals that's in water. All right, so when you're distilling it, it's all steam, condensates down. It's really, really pure. There's no minerals in it. There's minerals in your water. So drinking that all the time is probably not good for you. All right. I wouldn't recommend that be your only source unless you have some type of mineral supplements or something like that, because it's stripped away of all that. But some chemicals, when you heat it up, turns into a gas and just transfers right over into your nice clean water. So something to be thinking about on that. Picking your water, where you're going to get water from, is very important. Like down here in Florida, we have retention ponds all over the place. Everyone's like, hey man, that's a lot of great water. A lot of these retention ponds get runoff from the roads, which has antifreeze, oil, you name it, it's in there. Personally, I'd be staying away from retention ponds for water, unless I had some serious water purification systems. So, let's see here. Question, is your rice still edible? We will eggs hatch? Yes, yes they are. I made a statement a while back about extra protein, and then somebody come along crucified me. Be careful telling people to eat bugs. I've eaten weevils, no big deal. Also, when you're boiling your rice, those weevils are going to float to the top. Just skim them right off. Done. So the only thing I don't like about weevils is that if you haven't went to a package in a while, a vacuum sealed bag or something like that, and if you look at your rice and you see all this like brown dust looking stuff inside your rice, that's weevil crap. Choice is yours. Artificial sweeteners is made from E. coli crap. Bet y'all didn't know that, did you? Yeah. So, to each their own. But yeah, you can eat weevils. Personally, just skim them off when you boil up your rice. When you put it in the water, to skim it off. All right, scrolling through here. Question, what is your take on working with city councils to make preparedness aware towns and community? Dragon Shield, my take, I'm not doing it. It's bad enough that I put myself on the internet showing certain things, but I only show what I want people to know. I never show where I put stuff, never show where I store stuff, anything like that. We'll only keep a certain amount of things on hand. In a perfect society, it would be great. It'd be a utopic idea for a post-apocalyptic world. Everybody ready. Unfortunately, the way society's set up, I believe everyone's gonna be watching you now because city councils and stuff. Everybody knows where you live. Everybody knows who you are. Choice is yours on that one. I'm not gonna get involved with it. Just like I see people, I'm working with my local sheriff department. I ain't. I'm not gonna let them know what I'm doing. No way. No way am I gonna sit there and work with them and say, okay, guys, things go down. We're gonna do this. Are you all right with that? Yeah, man. Yeah. Nah, nah, I'm not. But to each their own. I'm not. It's too much of a danger, in my opinion. All right, scrolling through here. T-Rex, are weevils bad for you? I've never had a problem. I've had weevils. I've eaten a box of Kellogg's, and there were weevils floating in my milk. It didn't hurt me none. But personally, I'd say if you're boiling up your rice and they float to the top, skim them off. There you go. But I am also the guy digging grubs up and stuff like that out in the woods, eating them. So, All right, scrolling through here, guys. All right, hey brother, I am new to prepping. This is it L? New subscribers will package rice and beans into Mylar, and most of my rice bags bricked up, but my beans haven't bricked up. Okay, so depends on how much air you had in it, and I don't know if you used Wallabies or not. Usually they come with an O2 absorber for that size bag. If they're not bricking up and it's been a week, you got a bad O2 absorber. So I would be opening that up, try to squeeze as much, throw a new one in, squeeze up as much air as you can, then seal it, and it should brick up for you. All right, scrolling through here. Led Zepp Girl, good to see you, my friend. And again, Led Zeppelin rocks. I'm a big Zeppelin fan. Let's see here. funny how some YouTube preppers whine about freedom of speech, but they have 20 moderators. I have my moderators because I deal with trolls all the time. So, the fact is, that's why I have my mods. Arkansas Living, I know my sheriff, he ain't some random guy. I know that ain't the norm though. Yeah, it depends on the scenario. Me, I'm an ex-felon. I don't play nice with law enforcement at all. So, to each their own on that one. I don't want them knowing anything about what's in my home, what's my community's built on, or anything else. But that's just me. Just like here on the internet, nobody knows what goes on with my prepping community at all. We don't discuss what we do. I just talk about how I need to be working on building prepper communities and stuff like that. I don't go to their house and film. I don't go show our stocks and where we go bury stuff. I don't do none of that. CFP, do you have any product reviews you're working on? Not yet. I've got some that have came in. I had a flashlight company contact me. Yeah, you know, I love flashlights. Um, they've been sending me a whole bunch of flashlights, and I work with Through Night a lot. I've shown a lot of their stuff. Anyway, they sent me a new light from Black Scout Survival, and the last couple Black Scout Survival ones we did reviews and we gave away. We'll be doing the same with this one. It's one that you mount onto an assault rifle and stuff. So we'll do a review on it, kind of show it and stuff. We want to give it away to our community. It's got the pressure trigger in it, pressure switch on it and everything. So we'll be doing that. They send me a bunch. I'm like, hey, I never agreed that I'll be doing reviews just because you send me stuff. But I also have here soon, I've got a company that's sending me some chicken houses and stuff because we raise chickens and quails. So we'll be doing that, assembling those things together, showing people that and stuff. You know, that's in the future. Let's see here. I also have 4 Patriots contacted me. I contacted them, I don't know, 3 months ago, I think, because you know we have long-term food storage. But with that being said, I have always said and still say, make sure you get normal food first. Canned goods, dry goods. Get that stuff stocked up first before you ever go buy long-term food storage. But we are affiliated with them. Now we're affiliated with a couple different companies. They reached out a couple days ago. They're sending me, I think it's a 3 month supply that I'm going to be doing a review for everybody, kind of showing you what you get with a 3 month supply, do some taste tests and show you, you know, actually cook it up and show you what, you know, if it's any good or not. So we'll be getting involved with them as far as taking a look at that. We're not part of their affiliate program yet. We're looking at everything first. If I like them, then I join their affiliate program. It's kind of like what we did with Legacy, we did with Nutrient Survival and Augason Farms. We tested, you know, Augason Farms, I've been using them for way before I became a YouTube prepper. Way before I ever done this stuff on YouTube showing prepping, we were using them. They were like the biggest ones next to MREs. Okay. I don't stock up MREs. We got some. It's just the shelf life is anywhere from 5 to 7 years. And it really depends on your storage. Have I eaten MREs past the 7 year shelf life? Yes. And it just depends on how they're stored. All right. If you got fluctuating temperatures with any food, they can go bad. Have you ever heard of Flame Cube? No, never heard of that. Survival preparedness for beginners. Good to see you, brother. How are you doing? Also, by the way, guys, awesome channel. Survival preparedness for beginners. He's actually, his channel is growing a lot, which is awesome, dude. I know you've been putting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money on your end, improving your lights, your cameras, all that stuff. Your video quality is really looking good, by the way. If one of our mods can definitely get his channel up there. He also went, when I dealt with my hack, he helped promote and let people know my channel was going through what it was going through. I definitely do appreciate that, brother. What is your favorite flashlight or go-to? I'm going to make everybody mad on this one. Olight. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I'm going to make everybody mad on that one. I still have the Olight Mini, my headlamp. I still use this. I mean, if you look through my thing, you'll find I was it a year ago, year and a half ago when I first did a review on that one. That's the flashlight that I went and got some extra batteries for. Went to the Pathfinder course. Never failed me. I take that on my outdoor survival videos, um, except for the last one I went on because that wasn't in the kit, so I couldn't have a headlamp. Trust me, having a headlamp is great outdoors. So you get two free hands. You're not sitting there holding a flashlight in your mouth, have a slobber run all over it. Um, I use the Through Night products. They have some very nice headlamps as well. But I like Olight. I really do. I like both of them, but that's my favorite one. Um, and a lot of people just argue with me. Well, it's Chinese. It blew up. The If I remember correctly, the story of Olight blowing up is because somebody had the flashlight in their mouth and they touched the positive or the positive and negative connector of a battery on a car. It's gonna blow up anything. All right, I mean, it's got a big old battery and it's gonna make anything go kapow. But each their own. I know some people don't like them. That's fine. Hey, I've used Harbor Freight flashlights before for a very long time, and then I started investing in better quality flashlights. But if you don't have an Olight flashlight, you can still survive the apocalypse with a cheaper flashlight. You can. Personally, I think the Olight is pretty bright. I like it. But each their own on that one. X24 Prepper owned two Olight headlamps. Both are fantastic and super bright. Yeah, so when I was dealing with Olight, I had to go on Amazon and buy a generic off-brand batteries because they didn't have. Well, I couldn't ever find a replacement batteries for mine, so I had to buy the off-brand. They looked the same and they worked. They worked fine, but I had to go buy the off-brand on Amazon to get extra batteries. How your anti-BL Black Blue Lives Matter. Love how you're. Um, well, T Rex, I'm not saying I'm against law enforcement. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not going to bring them into my prepping community. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. If you got good friends that are on board with you, awesome for you. But just going down to the sheriff's office, hey guys, I'm a prepper. You might you might get a bunch of people watching you for a while. But I'm not against law enforcement. I'm not. I just don't like when law enforcement use the law to. I'm just not gonna get into it. I'm an ex-felon. I'm never gonna agree with them. Let's put it that way. I'm just gonna want to put myself deeper in a hole on this one. All right. Jeff, you better if you're not on the platform, then you really don't have an argument for against. Don't believe what you've been told. I'm not quite sure. I missed that conversation there, Jeff. All right, scrolling through here. I'm not trolling. I would like to know when this is supposed to happen. Katniss Strange. So I don't just have one particular thing. Yes, as preppers, as preppers, we prepare for as many events as possible. We don't put a timetable on anything. If we did, it'd be known as grocery shopping. We prepare for everything. Down here in Florida, we have hurricane season all the time. We get tornado activity a lot here. I don't know, probably the last 8 to 12 years, which is not normal for the state of Florida. Lived in North Carolina, we got some massive ice storms and knocked power out for 2 weeks at a time. With everything going on with countries around us, we try to prepare for as much as possible. As far as a timetable, well, if I had an actual timetable, I would say, hey guys, this is all going down at this time, and then I give you some evidence on it. But see, it'd be pure speculation on my end because I'm not behind those closed doors when our political structure are talking about what they're doing. they're not going to notify me, the YouTuber, about when they're going to launch. They're just not going to. So when people sit there and say, hey guys, I got some top secret information for you from the higher ups, things are going down on this day, call BS. All right. Do you need to be preparing? Yes, absolutely. But an actual timetable, we're not going to know about it. What we do is we look at what's going on, and we can see things are starting to ramp up. We can see major threats happening. So we need to be preparing as much as possible, because we don't know when it's going to happen. It could happen tomorrow for all I know. I don't know. Or it might be 60 months down the road. I don't know. All I know is I'm taking every extra day I get and prepare more and more as much as possible. And that's what I'm doing. See here. CFP convoy with another member about Facebook. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're talking to me about that or not. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Scrolling through here, guys, looking for questions. Never trust higher authority. Their interests and intentions may not be similar. And to touch back on what Arkansas Living was saying, he's got a member that's law enforcement, but it's one of his members and somebody that he actually knows. So he probably grew up with, good friends. That's a different story. I can understand having someone like that in your group. Me, I don't want any of that in my group at all. Um, but you build your group the way you want to. Okay, you guys know my past, and obviously the reasons why I don't deal with certain people. Okay, so but that's my experience in life, people. Other people's experiences could be completely different. All right, just because that person is law enforcement doesn't mean that he's a horrible person. It might be one of the few stand-up guys that straight morals and straight. This is the way the things are. If you step out of line, this is going to happen. So I can't just say that about everybody. Just backtrack on that one a little bit. All right, got me some water. I forgot to make my coffee. I know that's probably the first time you've ever seen me drink water, unless I was doing an outdoor film. All right, scrolling through here looking for questions, guys. If you could only have one blade, why would you? Why would you choose? The Mora. I love it. Jeff sent me a Mora Bushcraft Black. I believe it's what it is. Um, that thing's been through pure hell. I put that thing through a lot, and I've not broke it. Quick, easy, sharp, and holds an edge for a very long time. Most of the time, I just take the backside of my belt, take my belt off, and I just drop it off the backside of my belt, just to keep the edge on it. I've not had any issues with that. I love that thing. So that would be my number one. I've had a lot of knives in my life, and that right there, I can use it flint steel. Um, it's done everything I need it to. Now, there's a lot of knives I like. I mean, I love my buck, but it's stainless steel. I can't get a spark off that one. But that's the one I always use. All right, scrolling through here. And Jay Stone, I do appreciate you getting all of our links up and stuff like that. Definitely do appreciate it. Guys, most of those links, they're affiliate program links. Um, Usually there's a code or something like that. If you decide to go buy something, you usually save a little money on that, but it's not, you don't have to buy anything ever. All right. Usually I just try to do product reviews on stuff, and if I like it, we'll become affiliated with them, just like our outdoor survival videos. Or sorry, I was actually watching a set of headlights right outside the window there, trying to figure out who that is. They're not in the yard; they're just sitting out there on the road. I don't know. I'll make a phone call to my buddy and see who it is here in a minute. Our solar generators. We do solar generator reviews all the time. Doesn't mean that you have to go buy a specific one or anything. I just want to show you what that unit can do, and it's up to you if you want to go buy it. Just like our recent EMP Shield video, we've been affiliated with them for over a year and a half, something like that. We first got one. We bought it through Marfugal TV. He was running I think it was a Christmas special, and I got like over $100 off on or something like that. I forgot what it was. I got it for the vehicle first. We mounted on the vehicle, and we used it for a while before I even applied for the affiliate program, and which I got right in. And then we started, selling them, doing the videos and stuff on that. That's just stuff that we're using. I'm just showing you guys we're using it. You ain't got to go buy anything. It's just us showing you what we're doing here at the house. Arkansas living, our situation a little different. We live rural. I think the population density around here is 12 per square mile. Kind of hard not to know you, Sheriff. I would just bust out random Leos. I wouldn't just, but yeah, Arkansas living. Yeah, you clarify that a lot better. His situation's completely different as far as how he's working with his group and stuff. That's actually a very good way of putting it. Any experience on surviving an EMP? Arkansas bushcrafter? No, I've never been through an EMP blast yet. uh, as far as experience, I guess survival. Let me look at that one more time before I. Let me see how that was said again. I done lost it again. If you mean surviving an EMP, I mean I've never been through one. I don't know if you guys have. As far as I know, none of us have. That's one of the reasons why we prepare so much for off-grid survival, grid down survival, stuff like that. We have all of our solar generators and Faraday cages. We have protection for our solar. We have multiple charge controllers and a couple. We only have one large extra inverter, but I got like four smaller ones. Those are all in Faraday cages. Um, Water pumps, 12-volt water pumps. We got a bunch of electronics that are in Faraday cages. So we have the ability to generate and produce power. All right, scrolling through here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with questions. It's much easier if you put the @survival living because it will light up orange on my screen, so I actually know it's a question. I want to run my well pump off solar. And well pumps just depends on what your pump is. All right, our well pump uses 120 to power it. We don't have a deep well here in Florida. Now, there's some parts of Florida you got really deep wells using 220. We can run ours, which is only 120, and I have the large enough battery banks and also solar array. I can run that. We're not running all day. We just run long enough to pressurize, fill up the tank, use it, shut it down. It's just whenever we need it, we'll be able to turn it on. So you really need to look at how much power that thing is using. All right. You really need to amp it out, see how many watts it's using, how many amps per hour it's using. Because if you got a big one, a 220 or something like that, it's going to be using a lot of power. So you have to build a system for that. All right, scrolling through here. CFP, are you still affiliated with the company that sells do yourself Faraday material? Yeah, yes, we are. That is Faraday Defense. So they have two different fabrics for EMP. One is a shorter fabric, I think it's like 3 yards by 2 yards or something like that. A small one just to like wrap up a solar generator. And that one run like $30, I think. The copper taping was probably the most expensive. Then they have a larger roll, and it's a thicker mill. It's not, you can't see through that thicker mill, and it's more expensive. It's like $110, I think, if I'm reading off if I remember correctly. But that's Faraday Defense. That's who we use for our material to make Faraday cages. And I've used trash cans. Well, galvanized trash cans. I've used 5-gallon buckets with 12 layers of aluminum foil. I successfully blocked out radio transmissions with that, but I don't know what else I could do. That's about all I could do with it. So, to be honest, wrapping a bunch of aluminum foil around something, I've been successfully able to block out radio wave for a radio, but I don't know if that would actually work with anything else. All right, scrolling through here. Um, Laura, question: see if you have got a solar generator in a galvanized trash can Faraday cage. It is in there sideways, so it'll fit. Will it harm the generator to be on the side? This is my opinion on that. When it ships, and also in the warranty that usually comes with it, says not to store on the side and not to store them upside down. So I wouldn't store them on the sides or upside down. I've never opened one up, and I've never tested if it affects it none. Just off the warranty stuff that I've read with the instruction manuals and stuff on solar generators, and also when they ship it this side up, there might be a reason for that. So I would come up with a better way to store that, in my opinion. But this is why I'm going off it, because the warranty cards and the manual say stand it upright. So I would stand it upright. I don't know if it actually would damage it or not. Just I wouldn't take the chance. All right, scrolling through here. Lay the can on its side and the Jenny will be upright. Karen, there you go. Yeah, if it's laying on its side, store it where it would be sitting upright. It'll still work the same. It's just in the, it's still in the can. So, yeah, I'd do it that way. All right, let's see here. Scrolling through here. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for the questions. Again, if you put it on the at Survival Living, it lights up on my screen so I can actually see it better. Okay, I use chest freezer for my Faraday cage. $100 to protect your electronics is a small fee considering how important they are. Arkansas Bushcrafter. Yeah, that's how we looked at it. And we couldn't just go out and buy a whole bunch of that stuff at once. We're on a budget just like everybody else. We have to save up and go buy this particular item this month. Save up and go buy something else. That's what we have to do. Um, with the solar generator cages and stuff, what I want to do is I want to get some more fabric in and actually make one that I can open and close easy. So what I'm going to do is get some Velcro strips and design the bag as a bag, think of the old lunch sack bags, the old brown paper bags. Design it just like that, large enough where I can actually put the generator in it and fold it down into the Velcro, and that way it seals. And that's not my design, by the way. I've seen it with Off Trek with my buddy Ryan over the Prescott Caliber Club with the products that he sells. He sells those big old EMP bags. Um, Using that design and just making myself, whatever size I need. I have to take a look at the cost. It might be cheaper for me just to buy that through him instead of buying a whole bunch of fabric. So I have to take a look at it. Everything's try to be as cost effective as can be. Let's see here. What else we got here? Storing food in the garage, bad idea, or can be okay if the food in Mylar bag and it bust. August rain. So I know a lot of people that try to store food in the garage. if your garage is temperature controlled, you're good. If your garage isn't and it gets hot in the summertime, freezes in the wintertime, your food's not going to last as long as it should. Let's put it that way. I know a guy that stored all his MREs out in the garage, and during the wintertime, it wasn't down here in Florida. This is up in Georgia. In the wintertime, I mean, it was things would the dog bowl would turn ice, so his temperature was always fluctuating. His MREs went bad within 2 years because it'd be hot, then drop cold, and it's constantly fluctuating. Stored food needs to be kept pretty stable. All right, that's why that's why I tell people don't put food out in an outside barn or something. Yeah, it might be good for like 6 months, but I'd rather have it last 20 years instead of 6 months, or several years instead of just 6 months. So I wouldn't store it there unless you have climate control. If you can't control that climate, it's bouncing around because most garages. Now he did put it straight on the concrete floor. Probably not a wise idea. I wouldn't store it there. I really wouldn't. I'd bring it inside, find some new ways to put it somewhere. Jay Stone, thank you for putting up Prescott Caliber Club's link for me. Yeah, me and Prescott Caliber Club, Ryan there, has been really good friends for a very long time. His channel has been hit from day one because he actually shows modifications, manufacturing, putting together your bang bang tools. He's your guy. He's an actual gunsmith. He's a licensed gun dealer. And he'd go out and show you shooting up a bunch of stuff, and this platform doesn't like that. So they've been on him from day one. I mean, his channel has been hit nonstop. I think every single one of his videos, we talk all the time, we share screenshots and stuff, and I think every single one of his video, limited or no monetization. And monetization is not just money, and I try to explain that to people. When you get hit by that, it means your video does not get pushed by the system, and no one ever sees it. It never hits their notifications or anything. It never does. It just sits there. So that's why I try to watch what I say, because I've been hit and I've watched the video just sit stagnant and nobody's ever got a notification on it. They go, "Oh man, when'd you come up with that video? I just now found this one." I'm like, "Yeah, 6 months old." So yeah. Jeff, got to bounce. No problem, brother. Definitely glad you were here, man. You know you can always give me a call anytime you want to, okay? Just not during my live stream. Actually, no, Jeff has been pretty good. It's been other ones that call my line while I'm trying to do a live stream. Prepperines. I've seen the Beaverine comment. First time I've seen Prepperines. All right. Your wife is a lucky lady. No, I'm the lucky one. She's got to put up with my crazy ass. So yeah, appreciate it though. Thank you. But no, I'm the lucky one for sure. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Okay. All right. So again, not gonna waste all y'all's time and stuff. I just want to come on here, try to find any questions or anything like that you guys might be asking. Like I said, it'd be easier for me to address here. Uh, I have fear. Okay. I don't prep out of fear. I prep out of knowledge. I know if things are fixing to get bad. And history has always proven that things do get bad. So I've been hungry before. I've been on the verge of better get something in this gut or I'm going to be falling out. Um, I like having food on hand. I like having supplies. I like having stuff moved around so if anything happens, I can still provide food and security for my family. So that's why I prep. Let's see here. Evening from Brazil. Awesome. Good to see you. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get wrapped up here. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like I said, we will be doing a giveaway on that Black Scout Survival Light. It's a rifle light's what it is. Uh, to do the giveaway, guys, I have to go and do a review video. People get mad. Oh, I can't believe you're doing a review. As a YouTuber, people send you products. So if I want to give it away to people, I have to do a review first and show the product. And then if people want to buy it, they can. No one forces anybody to buy anything. But since I don't need it, and I figure, hey, maybe someone out there can use it, we'll just do another review video and just do a giveaway on that. So we will be doing that. We do have some new products coming in. Like I said, Fort Patriot is sending us like 3 months supply of food. One of their food deals. We'll be breaking it down, going over, kind of show you guys what's in it. We'll cook some of it up and see how it tastes. Because if it doesn't taste good, you don't want to eat it. So we'll be doing that. I've heard good things from them. It'll be the first time that we've actually cooked with them. So we'll be checking that out. I did get some a while back. It was I think it was a 3-day pack, I believe it was. And it just went into our food storage. I've never even tried that particular brand yet. We're going to be trying it out. Let you guys know what we think about it. So, all right. Let me get wrapped up here, guys. I'm just looking for any more questions there. Definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Keep prepping. Again, don't go on mortgage and don't go into debt and all that other stuff to get food. All right. You need to be buying food. You need to be putting it back. All right. Keep going at it. There's too many threats out there. It's not living in fear. It's just having your eyes open and saying, hey, this stuff's real and it's fixing to get really bad. Just put it this way. When you have food put back and it's in a rotational stock, you're eating it anyway. You just got a lot of it now. So when things happen, you're not the one starving. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.